Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers Wednesday night stream, the longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community. I'm your host with the most, the man with the plan. I is smarter. Ranger J 1999, welcoming you into this Hump Day festivitas as we talk, listen, discuss, throw up, punch, kick, scream, smile, cry about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game brought to you by Capital Games. Joining me on this epic journey are some cast of characters who you've come to grow, hate, and love, and hate, and more love and hate. The dark side. So my co-host is the sexy Buddha, the lightsaber builder, the world traveler, the one and only Sir Loki.
Hey, good evening.
Hello there. How you been? You were in Arizona last week.
I had a little bit of a vacation because work's picking up a little bit, so I have to schedule my vacations. But I had a good time, man. It was a good little R&R, and it was good to unplug.
Do a little train ride, play some Magic.
No train ride, but yeah, I did play some Magic. I went to the Cat Cafe. That was fun.
There you go. Hey.
Had some cats.
I bet you did. And also joining us, we've got my one of my heterosexual life mates, the one and only fourth Okage from the Hidden Leaf, Thane Kyrell is here with us. And Thane's not. He's doing his stupid I'm here but I'm not here thing. Thing, you suck. I'm just gonna throw it out there, man. Like, learn to be in the now, man. Seriously, if you're gonna be on the stream, you have to be in the damn stream.
I'm right here.
No. After I yell at you, then you pop in. Why do you do this, man?
I don't know. I like to mess with the cortisol levels sometimes.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It just makes dead air and it sucks. It's poopy. Also joining me is my co-host from the GA Center, the Mr. English American himself, the one and only, the Nev. Hello, Governor.
Hello, governors.
Yes. And welcome to all the skewers. I can see you're slowly but surely creeping in. Dollar, I see you in there, brother. Get your ass in here if you want to be on the stream. You're a content creator. Get your monkey ass in here. If you want to join us, feel free. We're in the Wednesday night stream there, Dialer. You are more than welcome. If you don't have it, hit me up in Discord and I'll send you the link. I don't know if you're with family or what you're doing, but you're more than welcome. Content creators of all shapes and sizes are allowed to be on the stream. And what the hell are we doing here? Well, we're here to break down the latest and greatest in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes news and notes and give you a little bit of insight of what the hell it all means. And we do that by interacting with you. So if you would like to interact with us, feel free. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you like the content that we're putting out. Also, if you want to ask us some questions, please do. We will have a Q&A section, as we always do with most of our streams. However, there's a format you have to follow if you want us to identify your question and read it out. We use Nightbot as a filtering tool. We have a filtering word for the Nightbot, and that is the actual word question. So if you have a question, put the word question for your actual question statement, and it'll get scooped up, and then we'll identify it. If you don't, then you run the risk, a high risk, of us not seeing it. So it's up to you if we're going to see your question or not. Or maybe it's just more of a comment or it's whatever, but make sure you put the word question there, no matter what it is. If you want to really get our attention and support the channel, you can do super chats. If you really like the content and you love to support the channel long term, think about becoming a Patreon sponsor. Patreon, $5 a month allows us to keep doing all the stuff that you see, all the wacky content that we put, not just for this game, but for others, with our equipment and streaming and, covering the cost of what we do. So it goes all back into the stream one way or the other, whether it's in the game, for equipment, all that kind of stuff that you do with our charity work. It's what we do. So you can do that. You can do super chats. You can do all that stuff. That is all the mechanisms out of the way. So on this hump day celebration, I can see we got questions coming out already. Now, we already did my GAC. We did it before we came on the air. We got the full clear. Got pissed off on a stupid ass Grievous Bad Batch counter that had the craziest shit I have ever seen in this game, where Grievous was red health. I think he had like 10 health left. I did 2 AoEs back to back with the Bad Batch. Grievous didn't take any damage and dodged both attacks. I wanted to throw up. I was so angry. And we ended up losing and having to 2-shot the damn thing because stupid ass game mechanics. But I digress. We still got the full clear. We'll see how it happens. If we win, we win. If we don't, then we'll see. But that really irked the hell out of me. So hit the thumbs up, subscribe, get your questions in. I can see everybody there. Give your greetings. Say hi to us. Say hi to the skewers. Say hi. It's a very thing. Dialer says, "Can you do my GSA? I don't want to." No, you have to do it yourself. No, Mr. Dialer, you do. You buy. All right. Let's get into it now. There's only one big piece of news. Really, what we're going to cover tonight is Conquest. Second round, we're in Conquest. We're doing it well, as the great LL Cool J said. But we're going to just mainly get into that. But we did have a quick game update today. It was a hot fix, and it's mainly about the Geonotion. From Crumb, my good friend Crumb, who I was hanging out with again last night. He says, "Hi, all the table heroes. Today's update fixes an issue with Geonotion additive drops event. It fixed in the event where light side normal stages 1 through 4 not included in the Geonotion additive drops event." So there you go. So they had to get that updated, fixed, all that good stuff. So that's it. That's the news. We haven't had anything else going on other than that. So what is this great stuff on my screen? What is that?
We need some more communication from the devs.
We get plenty of communication. That ain't the problem. What we do need to discuss is Conquest. So we're in Conquest 8. We got Conquest 9 coming up. So I'll give my thoughts for Conquest, and then we'll get everybody else's thoughts. I mean, it is what it is. I find myself being more efficient this Conquest round. I was doing a lot of it on the lunch stream today. Nev was there hanging out, watching and stuff, and saw that, I'm able to, I'm being more particular. I figured out that those nodes that have those scavengers that, have like the frenzy tech and stuff, I made sure I had those so I could knock out that 1 feat in like 2 rounds and be done with it. How many battles? 4 battles. So it's a hell of a lot easier. Some of the other stuff I've been looking out for. And I'm doing like Loki is. I'm already in Sector 5. I just need to blast through Sector 5 tomorrow. Then the only thing I'll have left to do is get the feats done. And a lot of them, some have knocked out along the way. I've been using teams as I've just been trying to full clear. I don't care about 3 stars, but I've been doing the battles with teams that I can at least get some of the feats not maybe done. I've knocked out some of the feats. I've knocked out quite a few, but I've also done some that at least getting some of the feats taken care of, so that when I go back in, I don't have to sit around and dick around it as much. I'm not spending as many crystals now that I've figured out a little bit more. So it's a lot more efficient. I got to say, I'm not, I'm happy about that. The thing that I'm not happy about is just so grindy. It's so monotonous. I just can't. It's so grindy, man. I mean, we do these battles and there's just too much RNG involved. I hate it. I just am not enjoying Conquest. Again, I do things in the game like, mods and mod depression because I need good mods. So I have to suffer through mods and roll mods constantly and get materials and slice and do all this other stuff. But I mean, Loki, I got to tell you, man, I ain't enjoying Conquest. I don't know how you feel. I mean, I think the new data discs are fine. I think the feats, some of them are cool, but some of these feats are too grindy. The event's too grindy. It's not. I'm just not enjoying myself. Overall, I'm just not enjoying myself. It's to me, it's a means to an end. I get the rewards at the end, which is Maul, which I'll have in the rewards. But other than that, man, just bleh. It's very bleh. So go ahead.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, my stance on it hasn't changed. I think difficulty wise for us, I mean, it's fine, but it's not fun. Like, I'm not having fun doing it. It's stupid. It's like the 600s every day. Like, I mean, I'm like, that stuff's not fun, but you just got to do it. It's not hard, but one thing I do want to point out, I mean, the only thing I hate is they moved some of the feats, right?
Yeah, they did do that.
Like
if you want to talk about that.
The potency down run was in Sector 1.
Yeah.
Because you can use JML with Phoenix and throw Yoda in there and get the potency down. You can't do that anymore. So I actually feel like it's more grindy now because they did that. They rotated some stuff out. My RNG this time actually wasn't good. I didn't get any, like, I got Tuskens, but I got them in the nodes that
I haven't seen Tuskens at all, dude. I think maybe I got one, but I mean, I think that was in Sector 1 or something, maybe it's Sector 2, but yeah.
Yeah, I got no Tuskens in Sector 5, which is where I like them, and I got no Geos in Sector 5, which is where I like them. But hang on a second. I think the Mando one now is in Sector 4, right? Is that where the Mando one is now?
Oh, let me look. I actually got the game up. Let me look. You know what? Let me pull up the game because there's
I could have sworn the Mando one was in Sector 5 last time. Because wasn't it Mando's and Bad Batch in Sector 5 or something like that? But anyway, yeah, they kind of stealth kind of dicked us around like that and move some of the sectors that you can combine with move some of the feats that you could combine with some teams. And they strategically move them out and put them in sectors where you can't combine them with something else. So shame on you, CG, for doing that and not saying anything, because I don't think they said anything. So
no, we had the fixes last week. They fixed a lot of stuff, which I was happy to see, like the Death Mark one. That's really nice that they fixed it for Darth Revan. So a lot of the fixes were needed. But yeah, the Mandalorian, defeat 50 units with the Mandalorian unit. Now there's an easy way to do that. You just have to find a Geonotion node if you can get it, or something comparable where they take a lot of attacks and stuff, and then you just go in there with like I got the second battle. I knew that once I saw the Mandalorian that it had changed. I was like, all right, you can do it with either Bad Batch or you can do it with the Geonotions. Geonotions are better, but you go in there with Traya lead with 4 Mandalorians and just let them kill themselves. And I mean, my Django just burns them every time, and it's 7 kills instantly. So I'm okay with that.
I didn't get any of the Geos. I didn't get any of that in Sector 4. So again, it's the problem with Conquest right now. It's the RNG of the discs. Oh, I got no purple discs again. So this is like my third.
I got one so far. I got in Sector 3. Yeah.
So I didn't get any of the booming voice. I didn't get none of that.
I haven't been getting into the defense. I think I've seen one defensive formation in there. So yeah. Now, I haven't been going for as many data discs. I've been doing more of the scavengers because I needed that frenzy tech, because I didn't want to sit there with Biston and Boss, with Ray and stuff, trying to get frenzy all those times, using all that energy. So I was like, I got to be looking out for those. And yeah. And then Donnie P saying, and Death Mark is still bugged. Oh, well, it wasn't fixed. Really? It's not fixed?
Darth Revan. Yeah, it doesn't reward with Darth Revan. So they didn't even fix that.
God damn it. Oh, no.
So actually, this Conquest for me is actually worse than the first one, or the previous one, because RNG's worse. They moved a bunch of feats around because I already had teams kind of dialed in. I'm like, okay, I had my plans, and poof, it went away. But more so, I got shit RNG with the discs, and I got crap RNG with the teams, and it's just grindier if you don't get good RNG. So when I was on stream with Heinze like 2 weeks ago, that dude had the best teams and the best discs. Like, he got booming voice. Right? I think he got booming voice in Sector 1, which is unheard of. And he had booming voice the entire time. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Enjoy it. But they need to do something with that, because that's really, at least in my opinion, that's where a lot of people are complaining, just because of the RNG with the teams and the RNG with the data discs right now.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be more consistent, and I think they need to look at that. I like the new data disc. I think they're a lot of fun. Like, there's a lot of cool ones. But yeah, Christ. They've got to pull back a little bit, and they've got to be more consistent with it. I mean, there's got to be a little bit of RNG, but Christ, if you're going to do, and on top of that, all these zones, like if you get Galactic Republic and Galactic Republic as your only options, that sucks. You know, because you have to use a GL in that because the mirror damage is going to destroy you. You know, I go in there with the first order team. I don't like Kylo. I'm like, I just go in there and just constantly give turns to Kylo and let him just stun everybody AoE and get the hell out of there because I just do not want to dick around with that. It's unbelievable.
Right.
You know, so I'm in Sector 5. You know, you can see, like, as I said, I didn't stop anywhere. Like Sector 1, I still have a lot of feats left to do here. But, see, I knocked out some of them along the way. I only needed to get, like, 7 more. You know, bounty hunters will be easy. No support in your squad will be easy. So I'll knock out that. My priority is, though, and I think we need to approach this way, guys, is you go through, this is what me and Loki both agree on. You go through, you blast through all these, if you can, right? Again, what I tell people that can't is just do the best you can, get the best crate box you can. That's all you can do. Don't stress about it. Don't worry about it. Just get what you can. But for those that can, you got to blow through Sector 5. Get all the sectors done. And then I think work your way backwards with the feats, you know, and to just knock them out. And until you get to the mark. So Sector 5 is your money zone. I mean, you're going to get a lot of stuff done from Sector 5 with the feats. Now, if you don't have Bad Batch, it makes it a little bit more difficult, but you just have to defeat 40 units with Bad Batch so you can use like you do in Sector 1. It's a lot harder because it's Sector 5. That really pisses me off about the death mark, man. It really does, because Sector 5 is where, you know, I could care less if the other zones didn't goddamn work with their feats, but Sector 5, you make money with these. That's a 15 a pop, each one of these, you know. And then the other tip I'll tell you for Sector 5 is when you get to the Phoenix team, you can see the Phoenix line up here. You're going to use Geonotions here. That's where you want to use your Geonotions for the Geonotion feat. And you don't even have to have higher leg Geonotions. You can do that up to 4 times, especially with the data disc. But blow through this the first time. Get what you can. Excuse me. That one came out of nowhere. Oh, that shit, that hurt. Get what you can. Blow through this. Then go back in. Start knocking out feats for the next, like for me, it'll be in the next 10 days and stuff, right? So I think me and Loki are on the same accord of how we're approaching it. Blow through, get Sector 5 done. You know, I've been trying to do it with just the 50s and I'm having no problem. I'm already in Sector 5 and I'll knock that out tomorrow on the lunch stream, right? So I'm in day 4 and I'm going to be done with Sector 5, and then I'll probably some of those feats are pretty close to done, so I'll start knocking out feats pretty quickly and getting the rewards. So, I mean, when I say this is more efficient, it is, but you know, the complaints that we have are very much legit. Thing, do you want to add anything on? You're the same level that me and Loki are. You know, Galactic, you know, it's Conquest, man. Anything you want to add on a high level for those that are complaining? Just, you know, anything you want to throw in there?
No, I agree with Loki. This time it's worse. Like I said, like we've been doing Conquest for a while now, so it's like I already have the you know, the way I do Conquest nailed down for the most part. Nothing has changed. It's just more grindy, and like Loki said, they move stuff around, so it's even worse now. So, you know, like if CG really wants me to quit, they're doing a really, really good job.
Well, you can't. We already discussed this, Turkey. You're committed to me at least through the dev, through con. And after that, you want to quit? You know, go for it.
I'll quit and just turn myself into a counseling service. that thing that Cubsman Han wanted to do.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do that instead. Be like, hey guys, want me to help you out with GAC?
Yeah. Christ. All right, so let's get a lower. You know, you were with me today on the lunch stream, Nav, as we were doing Conquest.
Yeah, I was there too.
What's that?
I was there too.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't really saying much. So, Nav, you were actually interacting with me today on the lunch stream.
Yeah.
And so, you know, your perspective, lower GP, you know, you just got through what, Sector 1?
I am on the 3rd node of Sector 2.
Okay.
And that's from not doing any crystal refreshes. That's naturally waiting for my energy to regenerate.
Sure.
Plus add in there 2 losses.
Oh, Christ.
So 40 energy lost. 40 energy lost on 2 losses, unfortunately. So that's where I am. If I hadn't lost those 2 battles, I would be on the 5th node of Sector 2 right now. That's how far you get having to do your battles. That's without any data card changes yet either. Bear that in mind. No gate. So that's just battles, winning everything, 2 lost. And that's where you would be. And I did my first battle, I think it was about 15 minutes after it started. So, you know, you can comfortably say anybody else that isn't doing crystal refreshes is with give or take, plus or minus 2 losses is going to be roughly where I am right now.
Sure.
And how many days are we into it?
Going into day 4.
Going exactly. So I'm not even halfway through to sector 2, and that's how far you get without doing a single crystal refresh.
Yeah.
And the data cards have absolutely sucked. It's just too. It's the same. It's the same problem that we've had with probably with every single one, but it seems to be getting highlighted a lot more, especially on the forums. Is the duplication?
Yeah.
Seeing the scavenger node ahead of time, opening it up and seeing 3 choices, but only really 2 choices.
Yeah.
And in some worst case scenarios, 1 choice because it's 3 identical data cards.
Yeah.
So,
I've had the same ones over and over. I mean, I had one that was like 2 caustic ones and like I think the health one. I was like, I've already got those, and I don't need those. I need some goddamn defensive formations. I haven't seen them. Now I have gotten less cars this time because I really wanted to make sure I had some of those scavengers open so that I could get like the frenzy, consumables and stuff like that. So that when I'm doing some of these feats, it's like, damn, I can just knock them out, no problem. I learned that lesson the hard way last time because I didn't go for them. I just went for all the cars. So I had a buttload of cards, but yeah, it's been pretty. A lot of them have been the same, a lot of ruthless and stuff like that. I mean, which is fine, but some of the other ones, we talked about this, Loki with Heinze last week, right? We after GAC was, or after Conquest was wrapping up, right? We went on Heinze stream on Monday to kind of talk about what we were seeing, teams recommendations that you could use, and try to help whatever we could, any way we could to answer people's questions about Conquest. Giving teams like the Sith, trail lead with Mandalorians, and when you're Sector 5, the mini boss, the Phoenix team, use your Geonotions to attack that. These little tips and tricks that we either heard through the community or figured out ourselves to help people out, to get these feats done and try to get people the best boxes they possibly could. But, for all the guys that are out there and everything that's out there, and there's some really good ones, Skullchicks always puts out good stuff. There's a lot of really good stuff out there. It is so dependent on, where you're at with your roster and then what RNG you get. And then one of the things that was really shocking, like Heinze was, Loki mentioned it. He got all these goddamn purple cards. I'm like, shit, I didn't even sniff one. I think I got one at the very end. I was shocked when I saw one in Sector 3. I'm like, wow. A purple card, and it was a really good one. I'm like, damn, I'll take that. Which one is it? It's the. Let me go back into Conquest here. I'm in a brain fart moment here. Let's see, inventory. The Deadly Catalyst. I mean, I love that one. So.
If they really want to monetize Conquest, those data cards are the best way to do it.
Yeah, I agree, but they're not doing it.
Yeah, I did throw out a lot of people are suggesting, somehow the devs guarantee 3 separate choices. And I just don't think that, it would be easy for them to code that. So the suggestion I threw out there was 5, make each node give us a choice of 5 data cards, which, yes, it does. It would, obviously if there's 5 options, then you could have 2 the same, and then 1. But at least then you would have 3 options, as opposed to presented with 3 data cards and maybe only have 2 options to choose from. If they did 5 data cards a node, and it was a double of one, a double of another, and a single one, at least that way there's a little bit more choice, perhaps. And I think it'd be easier for them to code it so that they gave 5 data cards instead of just 3, rather than really, really messing with the code and trying to guarantee a different data card or a different color. A gray, a green, and a blue, or a blue, a green, and a purple. The RNG is still there, but it doesn't seem like the RNG is screwing you over by giving you the same data cards every time you hit that node.
Yeah. It's just the RNG just is not fun. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. I'm lucky to have. I got Leader's Resolve. I haven't seen Booming Voice at all. Not that I can remember.
I've had that once. It's a cracking mod. It's a cracking data
Oh, I
card,
love
that.
it. You know, I did
cracking
get
data
Deadly
card.
Catalyst has been really fantastic for me. You know, with having the GLs, with Leader Resolve, and having Deadly Catalyst. I mean, it's gross.
They should at least put the purple data cards behind the boss, right?
I
The
agree.
sector. Because
that a lot of people mention that in the forums. A lot of people
yeah,
like
that's
to see that
just
in the
that's like
forums.
common sense, man. Because why should I get rewarded the same data cards along the way as the very last box behind the boss? It doesn't make any sense, you know. They should put good ones back there, you know.
I agree. I mean, so anything on Conquest? I mean, we talked about the solutions. I mean, the energy thing, it's a little bit more efficient now, but it's still a pain in the ass. You have to use crystals if you really want to get far in it.
So one thing I want to add just real quick is, obviously, I mean, I was doing this before, but before Conquest ended, you max out your energy. So you at 79 energy, then you can buy 2 crystal refreshes.
Yeah.
And you'll get 317 to start. So that helped tremendously because I was able to get I got to sector 5 like day 2, and I leaned on that. I didn't lose any battles, and I only did the 50s, or I think I went to the 100s on day 1, but it wasn't anything crazy. But I got done with sector 5 like, I don't know, like day 2, you know. So it's and it was a lot because I basically stockpiled before it ended. So that's one thing to remember is this next one, when it's done, let the energy go down to 79, I think is the magic number. And then you can buy 2 crystal refreshes and get 317 out of 144. And that'll give you a nice little head start for the next one.
Yeah. Anything else on Conquest? I mean, Conquest, we've talked about it. I mean, I wanted to cover it again because we're in the second run through with Conquest. It's important. It's important to get, you know, my tips on, like, just, it is what it is, guys. I can say that we are up their butts about Conquest. You know, I'm a tester. Loki is, you know, a part of the group, and, you know, we give our insights and stuff. And you know, when you guys tell us the stuff that you like, don't like, and things you hate, you know, we pass that along, you know, so we'll see what happens. Again, it's a little bit slow on the overall changes, but we'll see what the, you know, after Conquest 9, what happens. But keep your constructive criticism coming, guys. Again, keep it constructive. It's all right to bitch as long as you do it constructively. It's like, hey, this is poop or whatever you want to say. But then say, you know, why you don't like it, and then also give like a solution, what you would like to see happen. That goes over a hell of a lot better than just saying you guys are ass pirates and I hope you all die and go to hell. That just doesn't work, right? You guys hate us, that kind of stuff. I can tell you, you know, I mean, these people care about, as I've got to talk to more and more people over at CG, they care about this stuff. You know, of course they got to make money. That's one of those things you have to balance, right? But they're big Star Wars nerds and stuff like that. You know, I've heard Cubs talk about this too. They're the biggest fans. Now, that doesn't mean they're not human. They mess up just like the rest of us. They do something, they think it's going to be great, it doesn't work out. All right, so you know, you know, my thing is that they are listening. You guys know that your voices are being heard. They read the Reddit. They go through Reddit, man. They go through the forums. They read all that stuff. You know, so you know, they'll dig through like the Reddit posts where, you know, they're getting just absolutely flamed, right? I mean, flamed. If you guys have not seen the Reddit for SWGOH, it can be pretty,
yeah.
I mean, they get crucified. Fairly or unfairly, it doesn't matter, but that's just what it is. And so, you know, and there's, you know, all the stuff that you guys are concerned about, you want to see change and things like that. You know, trust me, it's in the topics of discussion. Again, we can't talk about specifics. We can't say anything else, but I'm just saying that your voices are being heard. So have faith in that. You have people like me and Loki that are fighting for you guys, right? That's what we do. You know, we take your guys's, you know, what you guys say, and of course we have our own spin on it. It forms and shapes our own opinion to an extent, right? And You know, so just keep that in mind. I know there's been a lot of people quitting, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, I understand it. I mean, we've talked about my relationship with other games. You just reach a point where you're just like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, and that's fair. But I would say just give it a little bit more time, folks, before you give up. And let's give them some time to adjust. I think they dropped the ball in Conquest overall. There's some good things. There's some bad things. There's some ugly things. Let's see if they can fix it. Because the one thing we didn't have before, and I think this is an important point, they are communicating. They are listening. And we didn't know that before. There was a time period, man. That 2 years was, or year and a half. It was rough. Here's something. Nothing. You know, they just put stuff on the forums like, and what? How do you feel about? What do you think about this? So and that's why I think I ranted a lot back in those days. So that's Conquest. The other big thing is Lord Vader. Loki, I mean, we talked about this. We did the kit reveal for Maul and how important Maul was going to be for Lord Vader. I think people have been saying that, you know, Lord Vader's trash. He is not trash. One, I've seen a lot of people saying that didn't have his ultimate. Like, get his ultimate. It's pretty good. Maybe not the best versus Kenobi, but you can do still some solid work. But once you get Maul, and what's what we're waiting for, it was just like Kenobi and Cat. Kenobi was really good. Once you got his ultimate, he was a solid, you know, solid piece. But once you got Cat in there, that changed the doors open. I mean, you've got Lord Vader. I think, Thing, you've got Lord Vader too, right?
Yeah, I have Lord Vader.
Okay. Now, we don't have Maul. We know what Maul does. We've seen it in the test footage and stuff like that. So, I mean, Lord Vader overall, you guys have him. You don't have him with Maul. That's a big piece of the puzzle missing. But what is your, you know, obviously you guys have with the ultimate by now. I would assume both of you have the ultimate on him.
No, I don't have the ultimate yet.
All right. Loki, do you have the ultimate? I would be shocked if you say no.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
I got it like day 2. So I had it going into the GAC lock, so I got holds of him. He worked. So just taking advantage of it that people don't know how to play him yet. So
I mean, I don't have Lord Vader, and Lord Vader isn't something that I'm going to have any time in the immediate future or even the distant future. And I don't think that you could just outright say he's trash, but there's got to be a reason why nobody in my arena shard has got him on defense right now.
Of course, it's not going to work.
Because he doesn't have Maul.
Yeah.
So we can conclusively say that he's not the best, despite how expensive he was to get.
He's absolutely not the best. I'll tell you that right now.
No. I think...
But I said this in the very beginning. The thing about, like, JMK is probably the best at the moment. When JMK came out, that dude had all the supporting cast in the world behind him, without Cat, right? So you had JMK Bad Batch, you had JMK 501st, you had Galactic Republic, you had Galactic Republic Jedi, you had regular Jedi to throw in back of them. The problem with Vader is you don't have that many options. So
he needs more.
I think that's why
cast.
Yeah. I mean, and the problem with Arena right now is whatever team you put in there is the first move is going to be cat food, right? Because Cat's just going to eat one tune from your team. So until Maul really comes out and we can really see the interaction, I think that's just what everybody's waiting for. But I think it'll be a coin flip at that point when Maul comes out.
Mods,
Yeah, but I mean, when Maul LV come out, CG already said it that's the direct counter to JMK Cat, which is what we're seeing in Arena. So, but overall, I mean, I'm happy with him. He's not terrible, but I get your point, Nev, that he's definitely not worth the investment at this point.
He's too much.
He's probably at like 60% of what he could be, but he's getting holds for me in Territory War, Grand Arena. He's a good piece, and he's a great piece in Conquest. I'll tell you that right now. Like that Empire feat, it's just I had to rely on Troopers, and then the problem with Troopers is they're only good to about 70% stamina, whereas Lord Vader, I'm taking down to like 20%, and he's working the whole time. So that's one good thing about him right now. And I guess he solos the Sith raid. There was a video put out. Somebody put out a video where he solos the Sith raid pretty easy, and then he's good in P1 a Crankcore. I think 10% you get with him. So the Vader team that already exists, you throw Lord Vader behind Darth Vader, and more dots equals a bigger culling blade. So he's working there. So.
Oh, and I get, he's going to have, a lot of versatility, but Squad Arena is where it's one person's best against another person's best, and they're not putting their Vader teams on, they're not going in with their Vader teams, because right now, like you said, he's not that, he doesn't have the true value for the resources required to get him, and probably won't, like you said, until more becomes available. So when more becomes available, then the arenas might start filling up with the Lord Vader team, and more people might look at it and go, right, okay, screw Kenobi, I'm going for Lord Vader. I'll just spread it out over 3 months, because it will take me 3 months to get more, because obviously the only way people are going to be able to get more is from Conquest.
Yeah,
right.
So there's that. So the next thing I want to get to before we start getting the Q&A is what we think should come out in the next couple of months. I want to have some fun speculating with you guys. And I want to get Thane and Nev's perspective, not so much mine and Loki's, because there's a tougher subject for us to broach, right? So Thane, what do you think we're going to get in the next 3 months? What do you expect? What do you want? What do you hope for?
What I hope for or what I think? Those are two different.
The next 3 months. Let's say till December. We know December. There's going to be. We got. Book
the
of
anniversary coming up.
Anniversary. We got Book of Boba Fett. 6 years. I mean, so it's just right around the corner. What are you expecting them to start focusing on? What do you think? I mean, we're pretty much through the Bad Batch shit, right? We're through Clone Wars with GL's Vader and Kenobi. They're going to go in a different direction. Where do you think the direction is going to go? Where do you think they're going to focus in? And what would you like to focus them? What would you like if CG, if you could tell CG right now, this is what I would hope that you guys would do, and what do you think they're actually going to do?
Well, what I really want them to do is to bring us some Inquisitors to go with this new Lord Vader. That's number one.
I've been saying for 5 years, can we get the goddamn Inquisitors in the game?
Yeah, we need some Inquisitors to go on this Vader team, because like Loki said, before, you're stealing, pieces from other teams. The Empire, it wasn't meant to work that way together.
No,
right? And then people say like, oh, Lord Vader and Maul are going to be great, but it's like, well, yeah, but like GMK and Cat are great, but they're not the only ones on that team doing work. There's other pieces on that team that do work. So I want some Inquisitors, and then the thing I want the most, the one thing I want the most, that'll never happen unless I put it on the universe, is I want a GL Rebel Star Killer. That's what I want.
I know, it's Star Killer.
Star Killer, man. That's what I want. That's like the perfect Rebel GL, man. Just give us Star Killer. Now you got Lord Vader. Who's the one that brought Lord Vader down to his knees? And don't give me this canon stuff, because Rev is in the game. If Rev is in the game, Star Killer come into the game.
Yeah.
You make him Dark Side if you want to. I don't care. Make him a Rebel GL.
All right, the Nav, mid-tier GP player. I mean, what are you hoping for?
I could definitely see something, something Empire-wise. Maybe a couple of marquees over the next couple of months. Because, as you say, they read the forums, they watch our streams, and they'll know that Lord Vader isn't getting an awful lot of use in Squad Arena. So, maybe a couple of really, really good solid marquees, just like Gideon, Piet, the Dark Trooper. They were all marquees, really, really good, really, really solid. They work well together. And we know that Maul is coming down the line, maybe they could throw a couple more Empire bones at us over the next couple of months that just slot into that Vader team and make them, makes it even more deadly than it could possibly be. It's not like they have to make something that is, OP, like a Maul. They just need to make something that has mechanics that take advantage of Lord Vader's leadership. Maybe a couple of unaligned Force users as marquees, perhaps.
Sure.
Since his leadership goes specifically with unaligned Force users, and it's not like there's a lot of them in the game that you can really use. So maybe they could throw it, maybe not Empire, like Thane said, Inquisitors. Have Inquisitors as unaligned Force users would be massively beneficial to a Vader team, and they'd be pretty cool characters that people would, people. I mean, granted, they're only going to make like $300, $400, $500 per marquee character, but if people have already got Lord Vader, and they stump up the moolah to get a couple of new marquee characters that are either unaligned Force users or Empire, the community will see how it goes, and then they'll be like, right, okay, so I can and I should go for Lord Vader now. I should put my effort and my resources and my time into going for Lord Vader because there's these new marquee characters that go with it that just make it, brilliant. I mean, would you have invested relic materials on your Veers and your Stark if if Piet and Gideon and Dark Trooper weren't around? Because I don't think a lot of people would have spent money and invested in those characters if it weren't for the fact that those characters were introduced into the game.
Absolutely.
And right now, a lot of people are looking and going, well, I've got Lord Vader, and yeah, sure, they did they did buff up the and rework the Royal Guard a little bit, but do I really want to spend money or resources relicing that character when there's not a huge? So maybe they can do some tweaks here and there and throw out some more marquee characters because they've done it before, and I don't see why they can't do it again. I don't think they're quite ready to start hitting us with bounty hunter and scoundrel / pirate stuff yet. I do think it'll come. I just don't think it'll come until December when the Book of Boba, hits Disney Plus.
Okay, good stuff. All right, we're gonna get to the Q&A section here. Just wanted to give you guys this chance to get your questions in and get some thoughts from everybody. As I said, me and Loki are in the know, so we can't really discuss this. But we're going to get to the Q&A now. Remember, guys, if you have questions, pop those into the chat. Make sure you put the word question for your actual question statement. That's how we filter out the tools to get your questions in. So the word question, then your actual question statement, wherever it may be. Again, want to support the channel, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, super chats, Patreon, blah, blah, blah. It's all done. Okay, let's get this. I'm going to get those questions up now. Now that we've done it, I can see stupid ass Finn is in the chat and causing mischief because that's what stupid Finn does. I guess he just got back from Lamaze class or something, getting ready for the new baby. All right, let's see here. Let me find the first question, and we'll just kind of shoot this around here. Dialar, who I wanted to be in here, I guess he couldn't make it. That's okay. Dialar's using them sexy Twi'lek tactics says, question, is Conquest 7-9 the best content since week 1 of Geo Lightside TV? Changed my mind. I'm not motivated for this.
You get Maul faster than Cam. So yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
That's all I got, man.
I got nothing else. Anybody else? Other than answer that was a quick one. Then he asked if we could do his GSA. I was like, no. All right, Stonewall.
You're saying Nev, sorry.
Go ahead, Nev. What?
No, I got nothing to add. I already answered Dialogue in the chat.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. All right. Let's see here. Next question, Stonewall for Thane. We got a question for you, GAC Whisper. Are you there? Are you paying attention? Let's see if he is.
Kind of. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's sort of here. Says Stonewall, question for Thane. Can you say delete for skewers and make Ranger mad? LOL.
Do we? I can't do it.
Do it for the skewers is basically what he's trying to have you say.
Do it. Do it. I can't do it.
No.
I can't do it as well as Ranger can.
Yeah. No, well, you're like, come on, do it for the skewers, Ranger. Like,
Do it for the skewers.
yeah,
Yes, that's
there,
right.
yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Do it. Do it.
I know Thane's monkey ass, we were doing GAC here earlier. He's like, you need to work on this, and how come this isn't Relic 7? Like, motherfracker. You do know we got 3 stupid characters we're about to Relic 8 by the name of Cam, Lord Maul, and goddamn Lord Vader. You get off my butt, man. Goddamn. And Thane's like, haha, I still want him. Like, shut up. I hate you so much.
Harder.
No, I will when we start making more to well. I spend money, but we're budgeted. What else? 3 says, question for the GeoGC. Why didn't they add geos to dark side nodes? For the Geo Galactic Conquest.
Chase.
Why didn't they add geos to dark side nodes?
The Galactic Chase, what?
Oh, the Galactic Chase. Okay, I thought I was thinking Conquest. I'm sorry, too many C's. Challenges, Conquests. The Galactic Chase is the greatest event ever. I don't know. Anybody know? It's Cantina. It's light side.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't. Nobody knew about this. This is just something they did, and I'm not in the know about this. I can't even spec. I have nothing on why this was done. I mean, other than help you get geos faster, which is cool. I mean,
I think it's just
you get a lot of shards, man. Just doing normal modes. I got so many geo shards. I'm like, damn, this is nice with all my shard currency.
It's the 2-year anniversary of GOTB.
Oh well. There you go.
So it could just it's the 2-year anniversary.
But it wasn't
of GOTB.
communicated. I mean, that's a great answer, Nat. But I mean, there's nothing officially saying that that's the reason why they did it.
No.
So
that's my speculation that it's just 2 years of GOTB. Yay! Yeah, have some geos.
Wolfell question: Do they really play the game if they even had a tiny sliver that they thought Conquest was going to be good? Then they and the testers don't know the community and have failed us. Well, I didn't really get into, me and Loki both didn't get into the testing recently until after the Conquest stuff, so I can't speak on that. I can speak that they do play the game, but they don't play it or spend on the level that we do. They do have the test accounts and stuff, and that they can deal with. I don't know how much time they actually play. Again, they are working a full-time gig, for Capital Games. I do know they play. I mean, you can hear Crumb and Doge talking about them playing on their accounts. They're not the level that we are. I mean, so I don't know. Listen, when it comes to Conquest, I mean, the complaints have been passed up and heard. I mean, that's all I can say about it. That they are listening, and I think they just overshot. I mean, the complaint that they got was, previously that it was boring and it took, you didn't do much with it and blah blah blah. So what do? They went to the other extreme. We're like, no, you don't go to. You got it at this level. It's not working. People are like, okay, it's easy. You go in, you do this, blah blah blah.
What's the question, Ranger? It's this.
It says,
asking if CG plays the game, or what's the question?
So Wolfell says, question: do they really play the game? And if they even had a tiny sliver that they thought Conquest was going to be good, then they and the testers don't know the community and have failed us.
Well, I'm not defending CG at all. All I'm going to say is the reason I hate Conquest right now, and I hate it because it's not fun. Was it fun before? Yes, because we were all on a stream together. Giggling and having fun, and CG took the fun out of it because, like what Ranger said, one thing that sucks is these grindy feats, and that worries me a little bit because I think when CG tries to come out with new content, they have to make sure it's fun. I don't care if it's difficult, and I don't care if you can't even complete it, because it's like light side GOTB, right? I mean, I hate that too, but anyway, what I'm trying to get to is they they took the fun out of it. And Nev, I think you can probably add to this a little bit, but if you're going to come out with new content, make sure it's fun. It doesn't have to be easy. It just has to be fun.
I will add to that. The first two, so it's the first three conquests, I had so much fun. I had so much. I got box three. I couldn't get beyond box 3, but I didn't care because I was having so much fun.
You're having fun, yeah.
I was having fun with it, so I didn't care that I wasn't getting. I mean, people are like, "Oh, you're going to get the red box." I'm like, "No, I'm nowhere near it." Every time it would just be box 3, and I would just miss out on getting box 4 because I would lose. I lost so much because it's like, "Oh, I want to try this one with these data cards, and I want to try this one with these data," because it was cheap on energy. It was much, much cheaper on energy, so you could really, really play with it, throw teams in there, throw combinations together. It was much, much cheaper, much, much more fun. It's like all that, the deployable discs and, trying them on various, so I wasn't even hitting box 4 in the first 3 conquests. Well, the first one I did because I did it on easy. But I still only got box 6. But when I first 2 times I did hard, I wasn't hitting 5 or 6 or even the red box, but I didn't care about the rewards. I just thought, my God, this is a lot of fun, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed those earlier ones, and I didn't care about the rewards.
And I want to say something too. Like, the testers, all we do is we look at stuff and we give our insights. CG is going to do what CG is going to do, right? So me and Logan could scream to the high heavens, we think this is a bad idea and stuff like that. At the end of the day, they have to make the decision what they think is best for their company and stuff like that. We're just one opinion,
See, the problem that I think that they did is that they put like these meta tunes in there, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So they wanted to monetize it, and they wanted to limit the amount of people that got it, right? And I think that was a mistake because and I said this before, and I'll say it again. When Conquest was sold to us originally, it was a game mode that everybody can do it at any level, and they could attempt to do it. Right? It wasn't sold to us as end game content.
Right.
And now they've gone and changed it to end game content. Right? And it's not what we asked for. Like we didn't ask for. We asked for like, hey, we want to use our own all of our rosters, but then they go and they morph that into using like, oh, use feats and using smugglers. Right? It's like this. Like what, So yeah, they just need to like if the problem is that they don't want to give away these like a really like meta defining tunes from Conquest, then just don't. I said this before. Like, give us half the character and then let us buy the other half, or just change it up and just don't put them there. Go back to
they should not. Yeah, I'm sorry. The fact that they're putting these powerful characters in there. Who cares? The Krakens don't care, and the mid-tier, if with mid-tier players are not get it because they're not running it with GL. So for Krakens and people, even mid-tier or high mid-tier, it's like, I've talked to a lot of the whales and Krakens. It's like, let them have it. Let them have some fun. Make it to where the community can get these characters and have fun. It shouldn't be like how it is. The thing that's why people are quitting is because they don't feel like they have any hope. What's the point of playing when you're going to have to, free to play doesn't mind grinding as long as they're having fun and then there's some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. You take that away, why would you play? And then Krakens are like, their biggest complaint about, the Conquest is, hey, I pay so I don't have to spend that much time in the game. Like, I can make the choices of when I want to spend time in the game and do certain things that I find fun. Not that regardless of how much money I've spent, I have to spend exorbitant amount of hours, which I don't have to do Conquest to maintain meta because, it's just asinine. They overshot Conquest. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They have got to pull this back. And I'll tell you right now, if they don't, I'll be the first one ranting on their ass about it. Like, no, y'all ain't learning, and I ain't going to defend you. I will defend CG when they do stuff right, but me, I will rant on their ass. I did it 2 weeks ago about Conquest. When they need to hear that they're stepping on their dicks, I'm going to tell them, you're messing up. And what's really bothering me is this amount of players that I'm seeing quitting. They just don't have the time. They don't feel like there's any hope. They're not having fun. It's too grindy, and this is people that spend a fortune in people that play free to play. and I can't justify them not quitting. I can't say, oh, just, it's a phase. Now, we've gone through this cycle with Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes before, where there's been some dark times. Trust me, back in the beginning of 2020, there were some dark times. People were leaving.
CG Carry era.
Well, I think this was after CG Carry, but it was right after GL Ray and Kylo, right? We weren't getting any communication. Those two GLs were just, ugh. The event was bad. We weren't getting any communication. It was a bad time. People were leaving. Relics had just been announced and all this other stuff, and people were just fed up. Some people came back, but I mean, we go through these cycles with this game. But I just hope that we don't continue on the cycle. I'm hopeful, right? Rebellions were built on hope, but CG's got to step up and they've got to make changes. They need to pull back on Conquest. I don't mind the feats in there that you can get and grind along the way. My changes, and I've said this, it's fine to bitch, but we want to offer solutions here. Change energy to normal daily energy speed, not Cantina. Second of all, if you're going to have that many feats, that's fine, but get rid of the 14 same team feat. That's a stupid feat. It should never been added. Get it out of there. The other ones, I don't care. You can leave them in there. Just those two changes alone would help Conquest. The other thing is check on the RNG. Let's make it less RNG and a little bit more, give the players options. Let them pick which way they want to go. Give them some more picks on the data disk. I think the data discs are great. I'm having a lot of fun, but if you can get them, that's the problem. If you can't get them, I mean, sorry, if you're not getting the protection stuff, you're just not getting the damn protection stuff. I mean, it's just, it defeats the purpose, I mean, so it's stuff like that they got to change, past Conquest 9. We know that these three are going to be linked together, and then they make changes. So I'm really hoping that they pull back the amount of feats, they do more with the energy, and that they make the data disc less RNG so that people can go in and feel like they can get higher. They may not be able to beat it like Nev said, but they can have fun. They know they can knock out feats with different teams. Like Nev, I think you talked about this on your show with Paul when you guys you had Crumb on there. The player agency. Give players options.
Give players back their agency, yeah.
Until
don't say you will do this with this team.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you have to use this team in this sector, and that's it. You no choice. And it's like that. Well, how is that me choosing how I want to play the game? I mean, it's not.
Yeah. I mean, when you pigeonhole someone into either get this or you can't play kind of thing, or you can't participate, that's a bad way to run a business. I'm going to tell you that right now. You are going to get some people that are going to, give in and they'll spend, but you're going to get other people like, F you, I'm out, and that's what's kind of happening right now. We've lost some players. I mean, it's nothing to, that the sky's not falling, but it's concerning. Some high-level Kraken players that I know quit, and I'm like, damn, I never thought in a million years you'd be the one dropping the game. So, I mean, this shit's got to change. So, I'll give them through Conquest 9. It's already set in stone. They've already said how they're doing it, and I know changes take time, but we got to get on this. All right.
I have two other things I just wanted to add.
Yeah, go for it.
So did you notice they added that Razor Crest pack where you can just buy it?
Yeah.
So they need to do that. I mean, seriously, if CG wants to just make money, put the damn mall pack in there for whatever 7 and 330 and just get it over with.
Can we get one for Cam, please?
I mean,
goddamn character's been out for 2+ years.
Cat. Yeah, get one in there for Cat and get one in there. No, because if like what you guys said, give players options. I didn't think in a million years they would have released a Razor Crest pack where you can get 330 shards of it, but they did it, right? And I'm like, okay, just put a mall pack in there so I don't have to do conquests anymore. Right. I'll just buy the damn dude, because it's better for me than to grind, because it sucks. I don't care. I'll just get them that way. And then the last thing I want to add is, this kind of worries me a little bit, with the amount of players that are apparently quitting. It pushed them over the edge just with the conquest, right? And we're demanding new content, but it has to be fun content, right? I mean, I think let's just make it, simple, stupid, and make fun content, and then players will come back, players will stay. But if they keep coming out with this grindy content, on top of other grindy content, I don't blame people for leaving, man, because who wants to work on a game, right? Like the game is supposed to be relaxing and fun.
Yeah.
And if it's grindy, it's not. So
Yeah.
I hope CG is hearing this because, if you're going to keep Conquest the way it is, please get rid of the other old game modes that are grindy as well. Like I don't want to do territory battle anymore. I think that's the dumbest game mode that we're still playing, honestly.
Yeah. The same thing.
There's no point. There's no point in territory battle, in my opinion. Keep it Conquest, keep it GAC. Those are fine. We're already all grinding out GAC too. Like I'm actually getting tired of GAC, man. It's just
The same thing.
It sucks. Because the rewards suck.
It's gotten worse since the changes. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean it really is. I mean, I miss the days where we had it was such a chess match, right? I mean, you scouted your opponent, if you're taking it serious, and you kind of got an idea of what they were going to do. But like even our strategy, I mean, we've changed some stuff because you can't use certain counters against it anymore, right? You just can't. I mean, I can't use Vader versus Ray. That sucks. That was something in my back pocket. It gave me, I just had a lot more options. I don't have as many options, when it comes to GAC.
So it's grindier now, right? I mean, in a sense, it's grindier, right?
It's more direct.
The competitiveness of GAC is definitely.
I don't know how they fix it. I mean, I love GAC. I like
too.
GAC more than Conquest. I'll tell you that. But
by leaps and bounds.
If they keep releasing grindy content on top of other grindy content, we're gonna have a big problem because I can't do. Let's think about this, right? Just real quick, and we'll go to the next question. I'm sorry for dragging it out.
No,
this
is a great
because it gets me lit up when I think about it. Right? Is today we finish Territory War, right? Okay, so right now we have Territory War, GAC, Conquest, Assault Battle, GAC, challenges, Rancor, right? I mean, when is it going to stop? And I want new content, but they need to phase out the old shit and put those rewards somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how, I don't know why that's so hard for them, but, and they need to stop just putting sim buttons everywhere, man, because it pisses me off they do that. Like when they put a sim button somewhere, that just means they don't care about it anymore. And why even
I
do
need
that,
that script off. I need that script off you. So that
I apologize. Yeah.
I need that script off you sometime.
Yeah, I'm still using it. I use it every day. I fire up my blue stacks. I hit Alt A and it does my dailies, it does my 600s, and I can walk away. But that's my point is we all want new content. I want a Death Star raid, but it's like, okay, now we're gonna do a Death Star raid on top of a Rancor raid, on top of TW, on top of GAC, on Conquest, and it's like, I don't know. Phase out the old game.
What happens when a game
gets
to 6 years old, though? That's the thing. At the end of this year, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is going to be.
And I'm still climbing Arena, and I'm still in my Arena Shard chat with Discord, coordinating. Yeah, and there's too much shit going on, man. And that's why, honestly, that's what I hear people quitting is just Conquest kind of put it over the edge. So, I mean,
for me, who was like, well, I'm like basically like on the verge of quitting. The thing that like really makes Conquest like what I feel, I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think the reason that like Conquest was like the final straw for a lot of people is because we're getting it back to back to back. And I get that they want to make changes and they're like quote unquote listening and they want to do all these different things, but it's like they need to stop. At some point they need to stop giving us these, back to back to back conquests. Like no, like okay, like like at first when we were starting to do it, like it's like, oh, like it's just such a shame that we're gonna have to wait a month. If it's gonna be this grindy, and they knew it was gonna be this grindy, like don't give it to us back to back to back. Like that I think that was the biggest mistake, because that's the reason that I don't like I wanted to quit, because it's like, wait a minute, I've been doing Conquest for like a day or two, and I have another month and a half to look forward of this more. Like I was like, no, like I'm not doing it.
So for me, the content should be this. It's there if you want to spend a lot of time doing it. It should be an option. If you don't, you can still accomplish what you want to do and not have to spend as much time in the game. It should be up to the player how much time they want to spend. When you take that away and force players to have to do and spend a certain amount of time, You know, choices matter, you know, for players and as consumers. You know, you have to give them the feels. You have to make them feel like they have options. You know, I don't feel like I have an option. I know I don't have an option for Conquest. If I want to stay competitive and I want to contribute and do what I need to do and stay current, I have to do Conquest. Whether I like it or not, I got to stand there. I got to grind at least hour, 2 hours a day.
And you know what's worse? The fact that you have to grind for Maul because they already put the precedent by not putting a cat pack out there. But it's like, if you don't get Maul, like in the first 3 months, you're not getting a pack. And then they're going to go back to the drawing board with Conquest. So who knows when Conquest is coming back. So you're probably going to be out of Maul for like 2 months.
Yeah.
If you miss out.
You know, so I mean, it's just something that they really need to look at.
If they put packs, if they just put packs now, like the Razor Crest, you Loki, you said the 7 to 330 packs for the
there
Razor
was a
Crest?
330 pack for Razor Crest in the store.
If they
like
did
last
that,
week, yeah.
If they did that now for Cat and for Maul, nobody would play Conquest.
No, a lot of people
Great.
still play Conquest.
Great.
Yeah, but they would.
No, nobody would play Conquest like the way
Spenders
we're
would.
playing it.
Nobody
No.
would play it like the game.
I would play it to get the
progress
mod
in the
slicing
game
materials and
depended.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, I
So
would play for that
people
kind of
wouldn't
stuff.
play it as if their
Correct.
progress in the game depended
Yeah.
on it.
Right.
So let me reword that. It's not that people would just stop playing altogether. It's that people would just play it casual. It's not like I have to get all of these feats. I have to get through all of these sectors. If they're going to get the character, they'll be like, well, you know, I'm happy just having a little bit of fun and just doing a little bit here and a little bit there.
So
Yeah.
So no,
Well,
I agree with you with the way Conquest is right now. If it was the original Conquest, I would still play it. Like, even if they gave us like
no.
Sure,
If it was
but
the
you-
original Conquest,
But
I would still
you could
play it.
clear
but
it
the way
and then
it
go
is
back
now,
in and just dick around with it. You'd be like, let's look at this feat, or I got something to do. Let me go back in Conquest and see if I can knock out this feat, or what teams work, or it doesn't mean like, Christ, I got to get this feat done. I got to get this feat. Can I do these two teams at the same time? Okay, now the grind. Oh God, I got to go do my bounty hunter 11 more times because I have to knock out that stupid feat. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
I
It's like-
remember the original Conquest. Like, I got like every single banner you can possibly get, and I was still going back in there when I had like free energy to just stick around and just be like, oh hey, let's play around with this team, let's play around with that team.
Absolutely.
Like, there's nothing like that.
No, man, you don't have the wiggle room because you only have 2 weeks, and trust me, you're involved with this thing pretty much most of it. Just trying to figure out what you need to do, and then like trying to be as efficient as possible as you go through this, trying to knock out as much as you can, and just try to think about because if you're serious about it, you're going to spend crystals. It's just a lot of things wrong with Conquest. They need to go a little bit. I mean, they got some stuff to pull back on and change. And I've given my solutions. I've said what needs to be done with it. I said, if you pull out those 14 feats and then you change the energy and make less RNG with the damn data disk, I'll be your biggest fan. I'm like, okay, I gotta do some work in Conquest, but it's not as grindy. I don't have as many feats. My energy comes back faster. I got more options with the data disk and stuff, and it's less RNG. I'm okay with it because those other feats you can knock. I don't have a problem with the other feats. I mean, you knock those out as you go along. You just pick a team, and I usually knock out 2 feats at the same time. Like, I'll use troopers here, and I'll get this feat and this feat done at the same time, and blah blah blah. That's okay. I enjoy that. But when it comes to like, I got to do 14 battles with bounty hunters. Boy, that's pretty fun, boy, doing the same thing over and over again. And I can only do it 3 times because once you get past like 70 stamina, boy, you're going to get butt raped. So it's horrible, man. So, all right, let's get to some more questions here. We kind of hit that one up for a while. Let's see. What else? Any 3 question for Loki? Have you tried Ultimate Lord Vader in C Pit yet? And how does he work there if you have him or have tried him?
Yeah, so he's good in that Vader team in phase 1. I've seen like 7 mil to 10 mil, 12 mil. He just adds more dots to the team, and you can get a bigger culling blade, but it's the same team. I think you take who was it? Shock T, I guess, or BB-8 out, and you go.
out.
I'm sorry.
I think you take 3PO out.
Oh, you take 3PO out? I did it with Shock T. I took Shock T out because I think who was it? Oh no. I think you're right. Yeah, you need the tenacity down. No, Kylo does tenacity down. I took the second tenacity down tune out. So and it worked. But I got like 7 mil in it, which is good. But I've seen as high as like 12. If you remod and all that for the raid, but I don't know if you've seen another phase, but I think phase 1 he's good.
Yeah,
with that Vader team.
Double Vader. Yeah. Imagine when you get Lord Maul. All right. Wolf Else's question: what you may know and can't say, is it for the community as a whole, like Conquest, only top end players and everyone else gets the shaft? Fuck. What can I say here?
What was that? I'm sorry. What was the question?
This is kind of like you and me, Loki. What you may know and can't say, is it for the community as a whole, or like Conquest, only top end players and everyone else gets the shaft? Upcoming content and stuff. I don't really.
Oh, and it's.
I can't say.
No, my concern is it's got to be fun. That's it. I mean, I'll say that. I mean, hopefully it's fun, and I don't know.
We can't really get into it because it'll give. I just can't. I will say this in a general sense. There's a lot of things being looked at, and it's not just end game. And I'll leave it at that. What specifically, don't even bother asking. I'm just not going to say. We can't say. We just test and give our input, and there's a broad range of stuff that we look at. So that's all I'm going to say. What else? 73 says, question, Infinity, why didn't you wake Thane up for Rangers GAC a couple days ago? Bad Finn. Karma should spank you. Well, I mean, sure. Thane, do you think Finn should be spanked by Karma? I mean, she's preggo, so I don't know if that's something she should be doing. Like, have a baby.
Wait. That's real? Hold on. That's real?
No.
There's actually a Finn baby?
No!
Oh, okay.
That's the joke, man. I swear, I don't think you watch streams, dude. Totally do not watch streams. They're not even close to having a baby.
Okay.
But we just saying that he does because it's in the future.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah. Oh, God. Goddamn thing. Fatality question. Does Leader's Resolve stack as I now have 3? As far as I understand, it does. Leader's Resolve?
I've never tried. I've had Leaders more than 2.
I've done it before, and
I've never stacked it.
I have, and it does. I mean, as far as I know, it still works, and it can be pretty gross because you get, especially a GL or somebody like Luke or something, man, their stats go through the damn roof. I mean, I was one shot in teams with just AoE from Kylo when I had a couple on previously. I was like, wee! And then stamina disappeared. I'm like, well, that's not going to help. I don't care how many lead resolves you have. What else in the question? Seems like our Jedi are running out, especially GR Jedi. How many more do we need for all the teams they are on? I think they're fine. Jedi are fine the way they are. The problem is we have a lot of shit Jedi right now still. May sucks. Plo Koon sucks. Imagundi sucks. You know,
Kit Fisto sucks.
Kit Fisto's poop. You know, I mean, Jedi
Eth
Guardian
Koth
sucks. Eth Koth sucks. It's not that we don't have a ton of Jedi.
Jedi Consular sucks.
Jedi Consular sucks. They just have to rework these characters and make them more valuable. I mean, that's the only thing. Either add some more, but I mean, the GR teams as they stack now, I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, I still get 2 really great teams with Bad Batch now, and I mean, you go Gas 5 first, that's considered GR. You've got the Padme. I go Padme Bad Batch. I don't even bother with Omega. And then I've got the Kenobi team. I mean, that's 3 GR teams right there. Unfortunately, it's not the Jedi, but then I just do another Jedi team with, you know, I go Jedi Revan with Yoda and Jolie and Basla and Ezra, and it handles the business, man. And trust me, that team doesn't have to be GR team, but it's still a really gross Jedi team that does work. And sometimes I'll even move those pieces in different places. You know, you got Old Ben. There's a lot of good Jedi that you can do a lot of teams with, not just GR. Lord Hellman, hey, Spaceball 1's making an appearance. Says, question, CG's nurse made it GL versus GL only now. Won't they hurt their profits on marquee characters since effort and money will be mostly focused on GLs, at least till they are required for a future GL? That's a great question.
And that's why I think they'll bring out GLs that specifically work mechanically well with GLs. So they'll bring out a marquee and it'll be like, well, it's not that great, but with this GL, this marquee is awesome. Now, nobody else is going to farm for it that doesn't have that GL. Nobody else is going to, grind on it, but they know that a whale or a kraken would stump up $300, $400, $500 to get that character and take them straight to Relic 7 because they know it'll work well with their GL.
You're going to say something?
There are content creators. There are content creators out there that will buy it and on stream and take it to the max immediately. I mean, Arnold would do it immediately. If a new marquee character came out tomorrow that was rumored to work well with Lord Vader, he'd wail on it live on stream immediately and then test it. And if it worked, that would just spread throughout the community like wildfire. So yes, it would make marquees kind of pointless for people without all the GLs, but for people with the GLs, they would just be marketed towards them, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, let's be clear though. I mean, there's really only one team that got removed as a non-GL GL counter, right? It's just Vader. Because Jedi Knight Rev and Jedi Luke, that whole team is still beating SLKR. Gas 501 is still beating certain Ray teams. Troopers is still beating C. There's plenty of non-GL counters that still work. Darth Revan with Wat Tambor still beats Jedi Master Luke. I think Gas 501 can beat a non-ultimate Vader, right? I mean, there's scout the GAC first week. You'll be surprised what still works. It's you put two and two together, and you know why they nerfed Vader and Thrawn. It's because of Lord Vader. That's all it is. Because if they kept them at that same power level, they'd be too good. And if they kept Gas at that same power level, then he's going to reduce Lord Vader's max health. This isn't a secret. It's just that's what they did. But there's plenty of non-GL counters still. You can't just put a Ray team in trash, and I think the GAC center guys like to call it Ray and pray. So you can't just go Ray in some crappy tunes and expect it to hold because
that's
really good
strategy, not mine. For the record.
Yeah, really good 501st Gas can still take it out easily. You can check my history. I took out a Ray team last week with Gas 501st. It wasn't that hard.
Oh yeah, and CLS still works.
I took out a JMK team. There was a JMK team with no cat, and I took it out with Bad Batch. It still works. So again, but you got to have high relics and you got to have good mods, and you can take out GLs. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Let's continue on. We got some more questions here. Contingent 33. What's going on, partners? This question: has there been any talk about coding a bonus energy into the game for Conquest energy while it is running? There has not been any talk. It's just what we want to see. And I think what he's saying is, should we get like we do for the other energy, that 45 and stuff? I
think Conquest should count toward the 600. Honestly,
I think that. I also think that it should get the daily energy bonus at least once of 45. I mean, that would go a long way. I still think change it to the daily timer of 6 minutes instead of 12 if it's on Cantina, and then adding the 45 would be great for content. Because if you want to have all those feats, that's fine because you got all this extra energy coming in. It's perception, reality. We got to make it happen. GamerApe 1999, what's up, my friend? It's this question: have the devs publicly discussed making Relicate materials anywhere other than Conquest, Challenge Pit, and Moolah? Not at the moment, no. There's nothing publicly in the that's been announced. So, sorry, my friend, those are the only places at the moment. LC question: my once great guild is now a wasteland. 10 members left over past 2 weeks. Nobody participates and nobody chats anymore. Should I bounce or try to save the guild? A great question.
I would bounce.
I would bounce.
Yeah,
I would bounce. Make sure you're happy. That's
the number one thing.
If you're not happy, then you're gonna quit too. And
I didn't want to bounce from my ANZGC guild with my main account but I had to because I knew I wasn't going to get relegate materials from Conquest. So I had to bounce to another guild that was doing the Crankle. I didn't want to. I really, really didn't want to. And I said goodbye to everybody and apologized for leaving, but I had to. Because if I want to progress in the game,
I don't even think you need to apologize.
That might be why those 10 guys left. Those 10 guys, I mean, if you're not doing the Crankle and they're mid-tier players and they have no chance of getting box 6 on Conquest, they might have bounced to a guild doing Crankle. Because I'm seeing a lot of that happening at the moment. People that are like me now nowhere near box 6 and are around box 4, maybe just creeping into box 5, because they're no longer making the crystal income because they're not finishing in the top 5 of their fleet shards because of the executor. So they can't afford to spend 100 crystals on refreshes in Conquest like me. So easiest solution, find a guild doing Crankle.
Yep.
It's sad, but same thing happened when lights.
I'll say this. Elsa, you got 2 choices. If you want to save your guild, you're going to have to put your heart and soul and try to recruit and get it done. Right? You're going to have to take the bull by the horns. If you don't want to do that, you've got to find another guild. And, you know, there's plenty of discords and other, you know, things out there that you can use, tools that are available to you to find a new home. Right? And, you know, that's your only options. Either take the bull by the horns, stick with it, take a leadership role, or encourage others to do it, and then try to fix the guild somehow, some way. If not, if that's too much and you don't want to do that, you're gonna have to find another home. Sounds like you're not happy there. I understand, you know, the guild fell apart. It happens in all games, not just this one. There's been many games I've been a part of that the guild's fallen apart. And, you know, and I didn't sweat it. I'm like, okay, I'll go find another home. Like, I was in TI once upon a time. You know, I was in Team Instinct. And didn't work out. They said they wanted me to leave. I went and joined Maw. I was like, okay. You know, I mean, I didn't. It's like, hey, thanks for having me. Good luck to you. Peace. You know, and I've been, you know, happy ever since. So, all right. Nathan H. question for the panel: to what extent do you think the Conquest changes were made to increase profit? These moves to me are designed to get players to spend more crystals. Spend more crystals, yes. Profit, absolutely not. Because, you know, they ain't making profit off this. Nev, I think you mentioned this in the lunch stream. People are paying other people to do their conquest, so they don't have to do it. CG ain't making money off that.
They're still going to make a very, very, very small amount of money because people are having to spend more crystals in Conquest than they did before. But CG is losing thousands because the whales and the krakens that pay in-game purchases to speed the game up for them cannot speed up Conquest. So they pay somebody else to do Conquest for them. Yeah. So that's somebody else, not CG, that is getting paid. So CG ain't getting paid. Yeah, it's making money for people other than CG. Because there's a bunch of people out there at the moment logging on for other people and playing for 2 hours a day. And it's like, yeah, use 400 crystals to refresh, get as far ahead as you can so that when I log in, I don't have to do anything in Conquest. So, yeah, yes, they might be making a tiny, tiny amount from people having to spend 4, 5, 6, 700 crystals that they weren't spending on previous Conquests. But in the big scheme of things, what's that? 10, $20 worth of extra crystals? They're losing out on thousands of people. Of thousands and thousands that krakens and whales are spending on other people to do their conquest for them. That's where they're losing. You know, that's where they're losing the money. And that's, like I said, the only way that a lot of the I do believe a lot of the way that CG would only be able to get that money back was if they released a cat pack and a mall pack. And then those exact same whales and krakens that have got, you know, money to burn because they're paying people to do conquest will be like, well, I don't really care about the slicing material. I don't care about the relic material. I'm a spender. I will go to the store and I will buy that stuff and I don't have to bother spending.
Time is important. I mean, a lot of these big krakens, I mean, you talk to them, they're like heart surgeons and goddamn wealthy individuals. Like, I love the game, but I ain't going to spend that much time. I don't mind spending some time in the game, but I got my account the way that it is, so I don't have to dick around in the game as much as, I have the option. That's what I pay for when I do this, and they've got the discretionary income to do it. So you can't take that away from them. That's the big, so it's not just free to play. It's the end game players are like, 2 hours a day on Conquest, you can kiss my ass. It's like, I'm not doing that. I ain't got time. They're busy with making moolah. So yeah,
there are literally people getting paid $15 an hour to play Conquest.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's the going. I've asked around. The going rate, the standard rate, is $15.
I've had people offer me money to do it. I'm like no, because I ain't got the time. Even I don't have the time. I have the time to do my own Conquest, but I do not have the time to go doing someone else's Conquest as well. I just don't. So. God bless you. LC question, Ranger. I know you can't talk about specifics with testing, but with what you've tested so far, are you feeling good about the future of SWGOH? Yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm feeling good. I mean, there's some good positive stuff that I like. That's being looked at. Nothing definitive. That could change. I won't talk about it until after it comes out, if it does come out, anything, with anything with testing, but I'm positive about it. I mean, look at it, you're kind of in the same boat I am. Are you positive? You can say that if you're positive about some of the stuff you're seeing.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, so it's good. Pierre. Paul Bracamonte question, what behind the scenes secrets can you leak to us right now? I
Crumb
wish.
cheats at magic. I'll just say that.
Trust me, guys. You guys would shit your pants if you knew half the stuff that me and Loki knew. And we will never discuss it because that's just not who we do. So, sorry. I'll let Crumb drop those bombs. That sure in the hell isn't going to be me. Now, one thing that I do know is that Friday I'm going to be on with Grid and Heinze, Crumb, myself, and I don't know if this is confirmed. Gom might be there, and we're going to have a Gridzy Heinze session. I set that up finally. Heinze is such a dork, man. I swear to God, he is. He was asking me about, Crumb. I'm like, well, have you talked to Crumb? He's like, well, no, I didn't think it'd be appropriate. He's just he's too humble sometimes, Heinze. He's like, I don't think it'd be appropriate and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, are you retarded, buddy? What is wrong with you? So I got them talking. I'm like, God damn, Heinze. You're too nice, man. So we finally going to get a Crumb on there with Heinze and for the Grid session. And I'm excited about that, to see Heinze and Grid get to ask the questions, and I'll be there to monitor and stuff like that. And Crum's agreed, and hopefully it's set for Friday. Again, things could happen. Crumb could have an emergency. I know he did. The same thing happened with you, Nev, with you and Paul, but he rescheduled. He's not that he's not going to do it. He'll do it. He was sick. He was not feeling good. He was really sick, and he couldn't do it. So, and I started to, it's like. But, Crumb is awesome. I mean, he's all over the place. So, yeah, we're going to have him on Heinze, and that'll be fun. Paul Bracamonte, we did that one. Nathan H. question for the panel. What abilities would you like to see with Hondo if he comes into the game? They got to be goofy, fun ones, right? I mean, I just want to see where it's like, he's just doing all kinds of crazy shit where you're like...
I think a perfect mechanic for Hondo would be something like Newt Gumray. So it's like you're putting like you're taxing the characters that are in the opposing team. It's a stun, and you've got to pay to remove the stun.
Yeah,
because of that time that Hondo had Dooku and Anakin. They're all tied up, and he's like, no, get back.
That would be a fun kit to do. You could do all kinds of fun stuff with that. Just be silly with it. So if he ever does come into the game, I would love to see them just have fun with it. Just make it a fun kit, even if it's not the most OP kit. Just make it
summon
fun.
Belchy. Yeah, summon Belchy to do an AOE.
Yeah,
Belchy.
Like, hey, get your ass in here.
Little Belchy
fire it up.
In and does an AOE. That would be awesome.
Let's see here. Alexander Bryan says, question, very random, but what guild are you in? I see Jedi Loco sent a message. I think I'm playing him in GAC today. I'm in MC3, Midichlorian 3. I'm in the Maw MC Alliance. I'm in MC3 right now. And so, yeah, he just joined. And everyone's welcoming him. I haven't had a chance, but I will eventually. But, yeah. I don't know where he came from. I do a lot of recruiting, but my brain's fried. Contingent 33 question. I'm getting Cat after this next Conquest. Congratulations. And I'm going to take her to Relegate ASAP, but since I am 10 days away and I am also 3 ultimate battles away from Lord Vader, should I farm more shock prods or dark side battles? Lord Vader or finish.
I would farm dark side battles and buy the shock prods with crystals.
That's what I like it. Good call. Buzzsaw question. Never mind about the Jawa question. I didn't know that we had a Jawa question. Did you ask a Jawa question? It must have not come through because I don't see one from you, Buzzsaw, about Jawas. Well, wouldn't be the first time Nightbot shit the bed. It says my opponent is apparently not getting past my General Grievous, so he's not even going to reach ships. Okay, well then that's good news, right? So there you go. You got that locked in and loaded.
You got the W.
You got the big win, the big W, the big not L. All right, and I think that is it. I think those are all the questions. Let me check one more time. Yeah, we are caught up, so we can wrap it up, baby. Now, for streaming, tomorrow I'm going to do the lunch stream. We'll be doing more Conquest, EAS, Mod Depression, Conquest is all depressing. But we'll be doing that tomorrow. And then tomorrow night I'll be hanging out with Crumb. Sometime between tomorrow night and after I do the lunch stream, we're going to try to knock out the GA Center stream. We'll try to knock it out. I think Nev's got his solution. We tried to do it yesterday, guys. Nev's in there just pooped all over us.
Everyone's been making fun of my dongle all day. I have it's an old decrepit dongle.
Don't let your dingle in the dirt.
It's just not been performing this last week.
Well, that's what she said.
So I got a new one, and it's shiny, and it hasn't dropped once. And I haven't
when you
gone
get a new dongle
on Zoom once.
Yeah, it's pretty hard and shiny. Yeah, that's the way it works. Yeah.
So I even as soon as I got back from getting the new dongle and Ranger went live, it's like I need to test my new dongle. So Ranger
worked well.
tested
So
my
I'm
new dongle.
hopeful for tomorrow. We'll do the GA Center and knock that out sometime tomorrow, and I'll make some time for you, Nev. I'm supposed to be doing remodeling, redecorations, but I'll be like, oh no, I can't. I have to do streams. Oh no, why now?
Oh no!
I have to wait till Friday. Oh no, no more painting and shit. I'm excited because I got a lot of stuff coming in for my remodel for this. I'm gonna have more cool stuff in the background here. It's just taking forever to get. So we say Patreon.
I got you a gift today. I got you a Prezi today as well.
Off the Amazon wish list?
No, for you. I got you a Prezi today. You like your Transformers, don't you?
I do love my Transformers. Man.
And you like your Star Wars as well, don't you?
I do love my Star Wars.
How about a Star Wars Transformer?
Do those exist?
Yep. Scimitar transforms into more.
Oh snap! All right, that'll be sick. Yeah, I'm gonna.
So it's only. It's not huge.
No, hey, it doesn't need to be. I don't care. One. Yeah, hey, it works for me, man. That should have gone to Place of Honor. Yeah, my big thing right now I'm more into Transformers than Star Wars. So I've been collecting. I've got Yamio got me the Dinobots that form Volcanicus, which is it's got a Place of Honor over here. I'm not displaying it right now. I'm not openly on the stream, but I've got my Transformers. So I got Jazz and Mirage and a couple other ones. But yeah, the big one, my big thing is the and I put them on the Amazon wish list. You can find them in other places, not as expensive, but the combiners. I just found the Predacons that are pretty cheap. So I'm big into that. I put that on the Amazon wish list, but my priority on the Amazon wish list is stuff I need for streaming. I'd love to get, you guys maybe create that 5 years ago. I didn't want to do it, but you guys made me do it. And so I've been putting shit on there. So I've got a desk and a chair. I'd like to upgrade my desk and chair. So got 2 cheap ones on there for like $90. So I was like, let me find a good deal on Amazon. Put that on there, and then I got a couple other stuff for streaming and stuff on there. But the rest is all like Black Series Star Wars figures and Transformers. So if you ever want to get me something for Christmas or for any reason, and I got tired of arguing with you guys about creating that list a long time ago. I just put that shit on there. You guys are too kind and generous, and I don't know what to say. You guys get shit off there. I just don't know what to do with myself. Big shout out to Loki too. I got my new Magic the Gathering card deck. It's red like me, evil, And so I've got, I should get the card case for it tomorrow, which I'm excited about. But I'm not going to get my mat for another 2 weeks. I'm like, damn it. And it's a really cool one. It's a Darth Vader. So I'll be able to do Magic the Gathering. I already got another cameras that I ordered. Or another one I'm waiting to get. And I've got one already set up for it. So we'll get some Magic the Gathering in with me. And hopefully what I was talking to Crumb about this, Loki, is that you, me, Crumb, Finn, and him, do some Magic the Gathering one night. And I was like, yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun, so maybe we'll save that for our big charity stream coming up here in a month or two. All right. Nev, pimp your stuff. Where can folks check you out, my friend?
Check me out on YouTube, the Escape Podcast, or on Twitch, which is just Escape Podcast. And I do my GACs and a GA Center with Ranger.
Yep.
And then obviously the main show that we do every Friday.
Every Friday.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Every Friday.
That's pretty dope. You should check it out.
And I'm here a lot.
You are here a lot.
I'm here a lot. When I find myself at a loose end and I see that notification, it's like, oh, I'll go chat with Ranger.
Yep. And then Loki, you can check out. When are you doing your GACs? I know you were on vacation and stuff, but I mean, are you doing yours tonight or when are you?
Might do it tonight. I don't know yet.
I'll be
I'm
in
gonna
bed.
Go watch.
Sorry. You got to watch Visions.
Fine.
Before we go,
I'm gonna watch Shang-Chi later, so I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna go watch it.
If you have not seen Visions,
no, not yet.
Please go watch it. It is grossly good. Some you'll like more than others. That's fine, but they're really amazing. I am over the moon. I'm going to watch it again. As soon as I get done here, I'll probably go to bed and I'll pop up, Disney Plus and just watch. I watched it of course, I'm an anime junk. I've watched over 1,000 anime shows, series, and but man, did they knock this shit out of the goddamn! They killed it, man. There were some that I think are better than others. I think Loki will agree. There were some that were better than others, but they are really entertaining. So well done. I really thoroughly enjoyed them. I'm going to go watch the English versions of them so I can hear all these incredible voice actors like Lucy Liu and stuff like that. So, all right. So we're going to wrap up. So thanks for joining us. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you want to become a Patreon member, you can. Amazon wish list, blah, 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 all that stuff. Last thing I will say, if you would like, please join us on the Discord. It's linked in the description below. Really, you can get to see from the chat, there's just a really good community of SWGOH players, and we do other games, and we have fun with other players. We do D&D, we play Magic the Gathering. We do SWGOH. There's other games that Finn does, and we do other games. I've done Blood Bowl. I've done Battlefront 2 in the past. There's all kinds of content that we do here. We're just all about playing games and hanging out with you awesome people and just having fun. So with that, we're going to call it done. So tomorrow we'll have a lot more streams for you. Have a great rest of your night. Be safe. We love you all, and we will holler at you later. Peace out.